The NBA is a league built on talent, dedication, and the ability to perform under pressure. Fans marvel at the sheer athleticism and the spectacular highlight reels that dominate social media every night. But for every player who reaches superstardom, there's another whose career takes a nosedive, sometimes tragically fast. Whether it's off-court decisions, personal issues, injuries, or clashes with management, the path from promising rookie to washed-up veteran is often paved with mistakes. Today, we're diving into the stories of NBA players whose potential was undeniable, but whose careers were derailed by their own choices. 1. Derrick Rose, the rise and fall of a MVP. Derrick Rose came into the NBA as the first overall pick in 2008, immediately turning heads with his explosive athleticism, lightning-quick first step, and infectious energy. By 2011, he became the youngest player in NBA history to win the MVP award at just 22 years old. The future looked limitless. But Rose's career took a devastating turn in the 2012 playoffs when he tore his ACL in the first game of the postseason. What followed was a series of injuries, surgeries, and setbacks that prevented him from returning to his MVP form. While injuries are sometimes unavoidable, some critics argue that his aggressive playing style and reluctance to adjust his game contributed to his decline. Rose's story is a cautionary tale. Even the most talented players can see their careers derailed if they fail to adapt and protect themselves. 2. Kwame Brown, expectations versus reality. Kwame Brown entered the NBA in 2001 as the first overall pick, drafted by the Washington Wizards straight out of high school. Being the first ever high school player to be selected first overall carried massive expectations. Fans and analysts expected him to be the next dominant big man. Unfortunately, Brown struggled with consistency, confidence, and reportedly poor work ethic. Despite flashes of potential, he was plagued by criticism from media and fans alike. Over a 12-year career, he never lived up to the lofty expectations set for him, bouncing around multiple teams. Kwame Brown's career serves as a reminder that talent alone doesn't guarantee NBA stardom. Dedication, discipline, and mental toughness are equally vital. 3. Gilbert Arenas, the off-court spiral. Gilbert Arenas was once known as Agent Zero, a prolific scorer and the face of the Washington Wizards in the mid-2000s. He had incredible offensive skill, a knack for clutch moments, and a personality that drew fans in, but his career imploded due to off-court issues. Arenas' infamous locker room incident in 2009, where he brought firearms into the team's locker room, marked the beginning of the end. Suspended for the remainder of the season and heavily fined, Arenas' reputation was tarnished beyond repair. While injuries later hindered his play, it was his off-court decisions that truly ended his chance at sustained greatness. His story underscores the importance of professionalism and accountability. No matter how talented a player is, off-court misjudgments can overshadow on-court brilliance. 4. Jamarcus Russell, when athleticism isn't enough. Although Jamarcus Russell is primarily known as a football example, in the NBA world, similar cautionary tales exist with high-drafted athletes who fail to adapt. In basketball, Andrew Bynum mirrors this concept. Drafted straight out of high school by the Lakers in 2005, Bynum showed immense potential as a dominant big man. However, his lack of discipline, conditioning issues, and off-court distractions curtailed what could have been a legendary career. By the time injuries set in, and with teams losing patience, Bynum's once promising career fizzled. This illustrates a hard truth. Raw talent can only take a player so far. Without discipline, focus, and professionalism, the NBA will not forgive. 5. Penny Hardaway, injuries and timing. On Penny Hardaway was one of the most electrifying players of the 1990s. Known for his versatility, passing ability, and smooth style, he formed a formidable duo with Shaquille O'Neal on the Orlando Magic. The sky was the limit, yet injuries, particularly to his knees, began to pile up. Every season seemed to bring another setback, and by the time he reached his late 20s, the explosive player fans once admired was never the same. Penny's story highlights how fragile NBA careers can be, especially for players who rely on athleticism as a cornerstone of their game. Timing, durability, and luck all play a part in determining whether a promising career survives the grind of the league. 6. Chris Webber, talent overshadowed by decisions. Chris Webber was a 5-time All-Star and one of the most talented forwards of his generation. His basketball IQ was exceptional, and he had the size, skill, and versatility to dominate games. But Webber's career wasn't without controversy. During his time with the Sacramento Kings, Webber struggled with injuries, disagreements with coaching staff, and off-court distractions. Some of his decisions, including leaving teams or clashing publicly with management, may have limited his legacy. By the time he retired, many fans and analysts felt he never reached the championship heights his talent promised. Webber's career serves as a warning. Even for supremely talented players, choices off the court are as critical as on-court performance. 7. Derek Coleman, lifestyle choices take a toll. Derek Coleman was the first overall pick in 1990 and possessed immense potential as a power forward, but off-court issues including conflicts with teammates, reported substance use, and a reputation for inconsistent effort prevented him from realizing his full potential. Coleman's career highlights the fact that the NBA isn't just a test of skill, it's a test of character. The league demands accountability, focus, and professionalism, and without those traits, even the most physically gifted players can see their careers decline rapidly. 8. Allen Iverson, the complex case of the answer. Allen Iverson is one of the most iconic figures in NBA history, known for his scoring ability, heart, and cultural influence on the game. Yet despite his undeniable talent, Iverson's career was marked by clashes with management, coaching staff, and personal decisions that sometimes hindered team success. His reluctance to embrace certain roles, combined with a lifestyle that included legal troubles and off-court distractions, led to an early decline. While Iverson achieved greatness, many argue that he could have cemented his legacy as one of the all-time best if he had made different choices regarding discipline and teamwork. His career is a masterclass in how personal habits and attitudes can influence professional longevity. 9. Darko Milicic, a lesson in draft pressure. Darko Milicic's story is infamous in NBA lore. Selected as the second overall pick in 2003, right after LeBron James, Milicic entered the league with sky-high expectations. However, he struggled to adjust to the NBA's pace and physicality, while the pressure of being a top pick seemed to weigh heavily on him. Though he showed occasional flashes of potential, Milicic never developed into a star. His career became a cautionary tale about draft hype, expectations, and the importance of mental resilience. Sometimes, the burden of being the next big thing can be just as career-altering as injury or bad decisions. 10. Nick Anderson, the shot that haunted him. Nick Anderson, a key player for the Orlando Magic in the 1990s, is remembered for one of the most heartbreaking moments in NBA playoff history. In the 1995 NBA Finals against the Houston Rockets, Anderson missed 4 critical free throws in Game 1, a moment that seemed to haunt him for the rest of his career. While one missed game doesn't define a player, the psychological toll was immense. Anderson struggled to regain his confidence and never fully recovered, illustrating how mental fortitude is just as important as physical skill. In professional sports, a single defining moment can sometimes alter the trajectory of a career permanently. The NBA is a league of opportunity, but also one of unforgiving challenges. Careers can rise to glory or fall apart in a heartbeat, sometimes through injuries, off-court distractions, or costly mistakes under pressure. These stories remind us that greatness in basketball isn't built on talent alone. It takes discipline, resilience, and sharp decision-making to truly last at the top. For players, they serve as lessons on protecting their future. For fans, they reveal the hidden struggles behind the game we love. If you found this deep dive engaging, hit the like button, subscribe for more powerful NBA stories, and check the description for extra content. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok for exclusive behind-the-scenes insights.